So we're at the end of 2025, and while I have not yet managed to reach my goal of reading 50 books in a year, I did hit 42, which is pretty average for me. So I thought it might be fun to talk about my top 5 favorites of this year, and maybe you out there in YouTube land can comment with your favorites. Not that anyone will watch this video because you're going to go out to a relative's house and drink way too much Prosecco around a bonfire, but so will I, so that's fair. Hi, I'm Lulu. Welcome to my channel. Before we get started, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring that notification bell. All right, so my top 5 reads of this year. I will have to say that a lot of these books aren't exactly recent releases, such as The Life and Times of Frederick Douglass. So yeah, not particularly contemporary, but still a great read. I actually spent the beginning of this year binging everything Douglass ever wrote that I hadn't gotten around to yet, so I've now literally read everything the man wrote. But if I had to pick one to recommend, it'd be this one. Not only is the story both heartbreaking and inspiring, but Douglass has just such a gift with words. It is hard not to get sucked in by his prose alone. The man could write about burnt toast and I would happily read it. So when you pair excellent writing with such an impressive autobiography, the reader will be absolutely hooked. Who Killed King Tut? All right, so I'm a woman, therefore I love true crime. And as I've mentioned on my channel previously, I am fascinated by ancient Egypt. Mostly the mythology, but the history is pretty darn cool too. It was written by a detective who investigates the evidence around the death of Tutankhamun, which may have been a little more murdery than the records would indicate. I mean, there's no way of knowing what happened all those thousands of years ago, but the author makes a pretty compelling case with the evidence on hand. So this book is a pretty neat combination of both ancient history and true crime. The Devil's Eye. Hey, a self-published book. I don't always have good luck with these, but I gave this one a shot because it was written by a friend of a friend and it's on Kindle Unlimited, so okay. This is actually the second of the series, but each book is a standalone mystery adventure kind of thing, so you can go into it without having read the first one. I'd say that these books would mostly appeal to fans of like spy thrillers, but there's also a very hefty dose of supernatural occurrences within them. I like the first one okay, but I think the author really upped her game in the second book, particularly in the pacing. I had a hard time putting this one down, so good job, friend of my friend. I will note that the topic of trafficking underage people centers heavily in the plot of this book. It never gets gratuitous, but the implications are very much there, so just be warned. The Grapes of Wrath. Yeah, quite a classic. I had a strong feeling I'd like this one because I just generally like Steinbeck. I'm a sucker for good prose, and Steinbeck, yes, it's very, very, very long, but also very, very, very good. It takes place during the Great Depression, which I have heard some firsthand stories of that from my grandmother, and no, it doesn't sound like a good time. You really just feel for the Joad family in this novel, you know, just trying to scrape by, getting taken advantage of, a pretty rough read all around. It's not exactly a jolly good time and a pick-me-up, but, you know, a jolly good time and a happy ending isn't exactly guaranteed with Steinbeck. But I promise I really did enjoy the book. I think I'm gonna have to finally crack open East of Eden this year. A River Runs Through It. This one is very laid back, very slice of life, and another story where the author's mastery of words really, really sells it. I watched the movie not long after reading the book, and it's kind of a weird thing. I loved the book, and the movie was a really good interpretation of the book, but it just didn't grab me in the same way. This just feels like the kind of story that's meant to be read, you know? It has the feel of an old man telling you all about his life, which is exactly what it is, so there you go. Yeah, I know the movie has a narrator basically doing the same thing, but it's just not the same. I'm just almost always going to enjoy a book better than its movie counterpart, with some exceptions. So those are my top reads of 2025. What about you? Any recommendations for my 2026 TBR pile? Drop your recommendations down below. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring that notification bell for more content like this in the future, and I will see you in the next video. Happy New Year!